Good day, everyone. I am Siti Mariam Binti Mustafa, your presenter. Today, I will be discussing a pressing issue in Malaysia, the problem of vaping among school students. Vaping, once marketed as a safe alternative to smoking, has evolved into a serious threat to the health and well-being of our younger generation. Firstly, let us start by understanding vaping. What exactly is vaping? E-cigarettes or vapes were introduced in 2003 and quickly gained popularity. Globally, the number of vapers increased from 7 million in 2011 to a staggering 68 million by 2020. This alarming trend has inspired Malaysia, where the prevalence of vaping among teenagers aged 13 to 17 years old increased from 9.8% in 2017 to almost 15% in 2020. These numbers represent not just a statistic, but a growing health crisis. To solve this problem, we must first understand why vaping is so prevalent among school students. Firstly, it's about its accessibility. Vapes are alarmingly easy to purchase, particularly online. Students can buy these devices without much restriction. Secondly, some vapes resemble everyday items like pens or USB drives, which making them hard for teachers and even parents to detect. This ease of access, coupled with a lack of effective monitoring, has created an environment where vaping spreads rapidly even among elementary school students. So, why do we have to fight vaping? Have you ever wondered about a vaping effect? Well, firstly, vaping could cause heart risk. Exposure to nicotine can harm mental, emotional, and physical development. Long-term vaping increases the risk of cancer, addiction, and other life-threatening conditions. Or in the worst-case scenario, vaping may cause death. Secondly, nicotine addiction can impair concentration and memory, directly affecting students' ability to learn and perform in school. If this left unchecked, this issue could lead to addiction to even more harmful substances in the future. So, what are the solutions for this very worrying issue? One key solution is stricter laws and regulations. The Ministry of Education has introduced guidelines for creating smoke free environments prohibiting vaping on school premises. Efforts are ongoing to pass comprehensive legislation, such as the Tobacco and Vape Control Bill, to restrict access and impose stricter penalties for selling or using vapes. These measures have proven effective in reducing vaping rates in other countries. Another effective solution is by educating students on the dangers of vaping. School can conduct anti-vaping campaigns like the 5-minute anti-cigarette or vape program to raise awareness. Group discussions, assemblies, and community involvement can emphasize the health risks and discourage vaping. Research shows that when students are provided with accurate information about the harmful effect of vaping, they are more likely to make informed decisions and avoid nicotine products altogether. However, care must be taken to ensure campaigns do not unintentionally promote curiosity or experimentation with other tobacco uses. This isn't a problem any one group can solve alone. Parents, teachers, policymakers, and the community must unite to support our students and prevent vaping. Together, we can create an environment where healthier decisions are the norm. As we explore the causes, effects, and solutions to vaping, let's stay hopeful. By working together, we can ensure Malaysia's youth grow up strong, healthy, and ready to lead us into a bright future. I hope that in 5 years, this vaping problem will decrease, or even better, it will stop. That is all from me, your presenter for today. If you have any question, please ask right away. And thank you for your attention.